Reimagining Success, episode 45. You're listening to Reimagining Success, the podcast where we help you reimagine your future, designing a life and career beyond the 9 to 5 that allows you the freedom, flexibility, and fulfillment that you've been dreaming of. I'm your host, Anna Lundberg. Now, let's get started on those dreams. Hello there, I hope you are having a fabulous week whenever you are listening to this episode. And it's a bit of a different kind of episode today. I'll tell you about that in a moment. First, just to give you a bit of an insight into what's been happening over in the One Step Outside Facebook group and in our email community as well. Because we've been running the corporate escape plan that I was talking about a couple of episodes ago. This was a 5-day workshop, or at least a 5-session workshop. It wasn't full days, it was hour-long sessions, plus some bonus stuff going on as well. A lot of activity. We had homework, we had prizes, all sorts of fun things, all over in the One Step Outside Facebook group. Now, we will be running this again. It's something that I'll definitely be bringing back. There are lots of people who said, I'd love to do this, but right now I'm moving, or I'm I'm changing jobs, I'm not very well, traveling, whatever it might be. So don't worry, there'll definitely be another opportunity to join next time round. And each time, of course, we'll build it into something bigger, better, and more valuable for you every single time. So, by the way, to introduce this episode, I can already say that if you joined the escape plan, I'd love to hear from you and let me know if there's anything you felt was missing or anything you'd like to add to it. What would have made it more useful for you? Was there something that you were expecting that you didn't get? And what could we do to help other people next time round as well? And of course, if you didn't join as well, did you just miss it, or was there something that you felt wasn't being covered? I'd love to hear from you. So the corporate escape plan workshop, again, we will be running that again, but hopefully if you did join, you've enjoyed it, you've taken big leaps forwards in terms of really thinking about why you want to leave, how you're going to manage that decision of when you're going to leave and where you're going to get the support. So all really important questions to ask. Now, as this episode goes out, we're also closing this first new round. I guess it's not the first round, it's the 4th round, but it's the new round of One Step Outside the 9 to 5, my flagship group coaching program. So I've revamped this, I've doubled the amount of modules and content in there. We're now meeting weekly for our group coaching calls instead of fortnightly, and lots of other goodies happening over there as well. So we're getting started helping a new cohort of people, incredible people who are excited and no longer fantasizing, in fact, working towards that life outside the corporate 9 to 5. So really excited to get started there as well, working through everything from the vision of what they really want, from the big picture of life and career and business, right through to actually taking tangible steps towards making that happen, both again in terms of business and business strategy and content marketing and all those fun things, getting clients and so on, as well as managing your time more effectively and making sure that you're focusing on the right priorities, again, both in the business and in your life more generally. So those are the 2 things that have been happening in the One Step Outside universe. And as promised, this week is a little bit different, and it's a short episode because there is no new content for you this week. I am pressing the pause button and turning the tables on you as I rethink the content strategy that I'm following for One Step Outside. We've had a action-packed and content-packed year so far in 2019, and as we near 2020, because yes, we are just 3 months away from 2020, from the next decade, as someone pointed out to me, I thought this is a good time to reimagine what the content looks like and make sure it's really meeting your needs, your goals, and helping you move forward. So this week I am only, but not so only, because it's an important one. It's an important question. I am asking you for your input on what you'd like to hear on the podcast. So, for example, and I'm throwing questions out at you, but anything and everything you want to tell me that you're working on right now, that you're looking for support with, a couple of things that would really help you to move forward, get in touch. And you can do that at podcast@onestepoutside.com. So just send me an email at podcast@onestepoutside.com, or, you can connect with me on any other social media where you find me, Anna Lundberg, or One Step Outside. You'll find me Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter even, whatever your favorite platform. But again, podcast@onestepoutside.com if you want to email. So a few example questions. If you want to quit your corporate job but haven't done so yet, what is holding you back? What are your biggest fears? What, if anything, are you waiting for? So what's preventing you from quitting even though you think you want to or you know you want to? More broadly, what have you always dreamt of doing but never quite dared to admit to yourself or to other people? What's that secret dream that you'd really love to fulfill? Is there a book inside you, many books? Do you want to travel, live by the sea? What are your unspoken dreams? And what are your questions around setting up a new business? Choosing the right business model, coming up with a name, thinking about the website, the social channels, which channels to focus on, and marketing, building an audience. What about how to come up with interesting content? So what are one or two things you'd love to know about starting a business, growing a business, marketing, selling, building an audience, personal branding, and so on? So really, any and all questions about leaving your corporate 9-to-5, reimagining success, running a business with a family, that's something we've covered in the past, building your personal brand, we've covered that as well to some extent. So any of these aspects of business, life, different priorities, managing your energy, who knows, throw all your hardest and toughest question at me. And if I don't know the answer, I will promise to go out there and find it. So I'll find someone who does and I'll learn for myself because I'm sure it's something very valuable for me too. So again, this week I'm asking you as my audience, as people who are, I hope, getting value from the podcast, please tell me how I can better serve you, how I can create more useful, interesting, helpful, supportive content for you. So again, you can get in touch on any social channel as ever, or you can email at podcast@onestepoutside.com. And I really can't wait to hear from you. I'd love to hear your feedback, love to get your input. And I'm excited about creating lots of new content and trainings and episodes for you. So thank you so much. Thank you for listening and looking forward to hearing from you. Bye for now. Thanks for listening to Reimagining Success with Anna Lindberg. Before you go, make sure that you subscribe to the podcast so that you never miss an episode. I'll be back next week. I'll see you then.